Thank you, Congressman. Fair and balanced. We bring in Democratic Representative Brad Sherman of California. Congressman, let's stick with the trade deal here. As a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, look at the pact and tell me what you think it really does. I mean, the president and his team were very clear. There's no quid pro quo. China will do this trade deal and you'll help us with North Korea. But do you feel it's a precursor to at least some more assistance from China on North Korea?
This is a complete capitulation to China. Trump has betrayed working families. He told them he would deal with the trade deficit. He told them that he would identify China as a trade manipulator. And then he signs this sick chicken deal. Literally, sick and harmful chicken will be imported to the United States, unsafe for consumers, as part of this deal.
What about our beef going there and helping with the trade deficit, though? You say it's a capitulation, but it looks like America's getting a good end of at least part of the deal. I agree with you on the Chinese chicken. Like, what are they doing over there? We can't regulate them. But does it help U.S. exporters?
The beef part of this deal might be good, but it's an outrage that we would call that a concession from China. Our beef is much safer than their beef. They stopped it in 2003 on the ridiculous assumption that somehow our beef would make their people unhealthy. You know that's false. I know it's false. It's an outrage, and any president should have immediately put huge sanctions on Chinese imports until they eliminated that outrage. Instead, we're told we got to let in sick chicken so that they can eat good beef. That's not. And then the LNG part of this is going to raise gas prices, utility costs for everybody watching this right now.
Well, you know, we have to see how that bears out. But speaking of everybody watching right now, I would like you to just answer this because you're on the House Financial Services Committee. The president has floated the idea of bringing back that Depression-era rule, Glass-Steagall, which separates banks from having, you know, their consumer banking arm from their investment banking arm. Would you be supportive of that?
I would be, but Sanders and Sherman have a better deal, and that is to break up those banks that are over 2% of the GDP in size. It's not whether you mix, you know, a small credit union that also sells auto insurance is not a risk to the economy. But once you get an institution so large that if they have a problem, they can call the White House and say, you better bail us out or we're taking the whole economy down with us, that's an institution that should be broken up. And we know that when a protozoa reaches a certain stage, it's able to divide into two healthy organisms. I'm sure the geniuses on Wall Street can divide these giant banks into two or three healthy institutions.
Well, I would have thought you'd love Glass-Steagall coming back, but please join us again, Congressman. I do appreciate you being here. Congressman Brad Sherman of California, and our thanks